Hey there, Soulshine. It's Michelle here, and my home is so crazy loud today. It's kind of my fault that I am doing my video outside, or else I will not get it done. Whew, crazy fun. So last night I went to a dance, like I do most Saturday nights, and I had so much fun, but I got to a point where I kind of was like, okay, I'm done. I danced with all of the guys that I had any interest in dancing with. Gotta switch hands. And I just was kind of like, oh, I'm so done. And so instead of staying until the end, which is at 12:30, I decided that I was going to leave at midnight. So just before 12, I was like, okay, I'm done. And I walked out the door. And just outside the door, there was some people, like, guy massaging this lady's neck and everything, and I went, like, my first thought was that woman's an empath, and then I just kept walking. And here's one of the benefits of being in the moment. When you were in the moment and present enough to hear and receive information, you can do something amazing for people. So I took like 3 steps, and then I was just like, I gotta go talk to her. So I walked over to her and I said, are you an empath? And she said, what? I said, do you pick up other people's emotions? And she said, how did you know? Sorry if my connection is bad. I'm trying to be kind of close to the internet. So she said, how did you know? And I just said, because I am one, and kind of talked about it. And we talked about how to let go of people's emotions. It's really simple to let go of other people's energies. All you have to do is say it. I'm letting go. I'm letting go of this energy. And if you're finding that you're having a hard time, then you can say, what would it feel like to let go of this energy? It's pretty easy. But a lot of people don't realize how easy it is to let go of others' emotions. The one thing I realized afterwards that I kind of made a mistake in is that I said other people. I forget that as empaths, we pick up not just the emotions of people, but the emotions of the earth, the emotions of animals, the emotions of a lot of people and things. So it shouldn't be just be saying, I'm letting go of other people's emotions. We should just be letting go of all the energy that's not mine. Anyway, so she did that. We talked for a bit. I gave her some energy because I'm pretty good at channeling energy into people. Not intentionally. Not when I'm intentional. I'm really good at it. But I just naturally am giving energy to people. But luckily, I have really great beliefs about my supply of energy. And when I recognize that I'm sending energy to people, I make sure that I have, that I'm staying full of energy. And that's something a lot of people who don't know what they're doing they send energy out to people so much, but they don't know how to replenish their own energy. And so I was able to teach her how to get connected, how to ground into the earth by connecting to the heavens, connecting to the earth, and then expanding her energy out. And her headache, which was a migraine when I walked out there, her headache was just a very dull ache by the time I left. And that was all because I chose to act on this feeling that I had in the moment. And if I just have to wonder how many times I've passed up the opportunity to be of service to somebody, the opportunity to love somebody, the opportunity to meet somebody that's important to my life, just because I ignored those feelings to stop and talk to somebody. And I wonder how often as human beings we do that. And if we were to listen, what would happen? Who would we meet? Maybe we'd meet incredible people. Maybe those of us that are single, the reason why we are still single is because we're taking such a long time to hear that we need to stop and talk to people. I mean, maybe that lady is not connected with my soul sweetheart, but maybe she just happens to know the guy. One never knows. And I'm not thinking that's the case, because I think this was really about serving her and helping her to feel better and to help her reconnect to some stuff that she had not been doing and to take care of herself for a while. I definitely believe it was divinely aligned. I don't believe in accidents, and I know that I chose to leave the dance for a reason. And it's really sad to think about what would have happened if I had not have, if I hadn't have stopped to help her. What wouldn't I have learned for myself, and what wouldn't have I benefited her? She would have probably gone home feeling very sick, and who knows how long that would have lasted for. Whereas when I left her, she could have just used some water and some sleep and she would have been fine. Maybe a little food. And I came away with a remembrance of how incredible it is to just be able to serve people like that. And every time I have those opportunities, I feel a little more me than I ever do any other time. And that is something I've been asking for. As I've done different energy works, I felt like, okay, I had a vanishing twin. I recently learned how to let her soul go from my soul. And that means that now I'm trying to figure out who I am just by myself. And that's interesting. And so this was an opportunity to see that not only am I who I am, but I'm actually more who I am. It's really hard to explain, but I feel more me than I had ever felt in my life. And my ability to feel things of spiritual nature has increased incredibly. So that's one benefit of being in the moment. You get to serve people and people get to serve you. And it's just this amazing, I'm not going to say that word, reciprocity. Just this amazing pool of pay it forward and continuing the cycle of service and love and gratitude. It's just awesome. But the other thing is just what I've been able to do and enjoy with my family. We just came from dinner. And one of the reasons why my house is so crazy loud and I'm outside is because of what we started doing at the dinner table, because we decided to be in the moment. A couple of my kids and I have been watching a lot of Studio C. Studio C is a clean comedy. They do comedy sketches and they are hilarious. And the other day we watched some videos that weren't on Studio C's channel, but were on a couple of the cast members' channels. And they were playing a game that they had made up where one person did an impression and the next person had to do the impression of the person who did the impression. And then they kept going around. Like one person does the impression, the next person impersonates that person, the next person impersonates, and they keep repeating until it falls apart. So it's kind of like telephone, but with impressions. And it was just the most hilarious thing to watch how these things fall apart. And if I remember, I will link the videos either somewhere. I'll put it in the comments or descriptions or something. I'm not sure. So that you guys can see what I'm talking about. Well, we started doing this with the family. So there were 6 of us going around in a circle and we'd say something. None of us are amazing at impressions, but it was so funny. So funny that I not only did my sides hurt, but my back hurt because I was laughing so hard. And it was so good. And laughing is so good for you and your soul. It's just so good. It helps release so many amazing chemicals in your body to help you feel better and helps battle some of that stress cortisol that's in your body. So it's pretty amazing, pretty incredible, and absolutely fun. So we just went and every time we play these silly games, it just gets us laughing so hard. It takes a while for the energy to come back down into a normal space because everybody's just loud and funny, and it's great. It's great fun. And of all the games that we've played as a family around the table, this has been the most fun. We like to sing silly songs. We like to tell funny jokes. We like to do some of those story games where one person starts the story and then you continue the story. This was the most fun. So, and this is something that came from in the moment, because it wasn't like I just planned, oh, hey, we're sitting around the dinner table, let's play a game. That's another thing. Do you guys sit with your family around a table if you have kids? Do you guys eat dinner together if you're just married and it's just you and your wife? Oh, bad connection for a minute. If it's just you and your wife, do you guys eat together and focus on each other? Do you guys put the phones away? Do you, or do you sit in front of a TV? And whether even if you're by yourself, do you put your phone away and put the media away and just focus on what you're eating? That's a part of being in the moment, is being in that space of appreciating. And I'm not good at that. Especially if I'm alone, it's really easy to get caught up in what's going on with my phone. I'm mostly good. I'm not perfect at it. I'm mostly good at putting the phone away when it's time for family dinners. And we always eat dinner around the table. Except for rare occasions where we will, like if we have pizza, we might sit in front of the TV. But not always. Not even always when we have pizza. But that's something I think is really important, is to have those times with your family where you are eating dinner together. It's a great opportunity. You never know what's going to happen. You never know if you're going to play games or if you're going to have serious conversations. But if you give your family an opportunity, then that kind of thing can happen. Family nights, having some kind of a family night. In my religious culture, we actually set aside Monday nights as a church where there are no meetings held, and it's designed to be a time where people spend time with their families. Our church set it up that way so that we could encourage that no matter where we go, no matter where in the world we are. If you're a member of my church, the Monday night has no church meetings and it is designated as a family night. And whether or not you use that family night is up to you. And whether, like, there's been times where when my former husband was going to school, we had to do our family night on Sunday nights. Whether you have movie nights, whether you have game nights, it's important to spend that time with your family or wife or spouse or significant people in your life, even with yourself. And I'm not talking video games. I'm talking board games or card games or silly games like my family and I played. Find some ways and find some ability to connect with people, real people. That's what I've noticed is my intuitive gift is the strongest when I'm actually with real people. When I'm at an event, I am just like, I'm giving nuggets of wisdom right and left because it's just there. I'm talking to people. I'm serving people. Oh, the bad connection thing again. I'm serving people right and left because I'm in that space. I'm in that connection with those people. And if you're walking around, this was so hard for me in downtown Salt Lake. We got encouraged to try to make people smile while we were out to lunch, but it's really hard when everybody has a phone up to their ear or they are texting as they're walking. And I'm guilty of texting while I'm walking sometimes, but I also try, especially when I'm out in public, to put it down so I can engage with people, so that I can be that person that spreads a smile. And that's just some of the things that I've learned about being in the moment. Being in the moment means putting away your phone for a while. Your phone's okay, your media is okay to a degree, but put it away so you connect with real people. Unless you're shooting a video, because then you're connecting with real people too. But make sure that you are like, one of the reasons why I started doing live was because I spent so much time trying to edit videos and trying to get things just right. And I would, because a lot of times I'll rewatch what I write or what I share. Even when I post a live, I rewatch it, or I'll like when I'm writing comments, I reread them and edit them and stuff. And plus, I never know what I'm saying in the moment, so I like to go back and learn from myself, and that's kind of fun. So I rewatch them, and then I would edit them, and I spent so much time away from my family. That's why I started doing lives. And it's really fun on the times when I could get some of my friends on the channel to watch live too. That's really cool. I love it. It adds adds so much more fun. It makes being in the moment so much easier as well. So that's kind of my thoughts and feelings. I know you hear it all the time. Put the phone down, put the phone down, put the phone down. But if you think about it as a being in the moment thing, connecting with people, then maybe it's a little easier. Hello, doggy, whoever, wherever you are. Anyway, remember to let your soul shine big, bright, live, and beautiful. Remember to connect with the people around you and have Have absolute fun in the moment, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I will be coming from my computer. Let's see, we're trying to leave here at 10 a.m. my time, which means I've got to try to be on by 9 at the latest, so it will be an earlier recording because I do not want to try to do a data stream out and about tomorrow. Have a wonderful, fabulous weekend, and I will see you guys tomorrow.